All right, guys, and welcome back to Global Speedrun Association and our Super Mario Maker 2 League. And as promised, with the matchup Cliffy versus LilKirbs 14, the matchup of the undefeated Titans right now. And I think UA and I are both very excited to see who's going to come out on top. This match is going to be the first loss for one of these guys.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm stoked right now. You know, we asked the previous runners who they thought were gonna win. LilKirbs, give me your prediction, man. I know we ain't picking favorites.
Yeah, we can't pick favorites. I gotta say, I've been with LilKirbs for a while because both him and I speedrun Odyssey, Super Mario Odyssey 80%. We've shared some strats, we've shared some knowledge, and he definitely is a very, very talented player, but Cliffy comes up all the time when you ask about skilled Mario Maker players, so it's really hard. But if I was to give it to anyone, I want to say Kirbs. I think Kirbs is currently riding the momentum. He's been playing well. His YouTube channel is like exploding. I checked his channel like 2 weeks ago at like 5k subs. Now he has like 50k. I don't know. He's doing something right. But Cliffy immediately finds it clear. No!
Oh no!
Oh my god, I jinxed it.
Just missed that, but that's a consistency level with a very precise jump at the end.
Yep.
I'm gonna say, without picking favorites, obviously, I'm leaning on the Cliffy end. Just like you've been around with Kirbs for a while, I've been around Cliffy for a while. I've been in both their channels before, but watched Cliffy for quite some time now. Both of these runners are phenomenal runners, though. So, you know, just absolutely perennial players in this group. That is such a tight ending for Cliffy over there. But we do have LilKirbs on the board, so it is 0-1 right now, LilKirbs. That's an early lead. They both skipped their first level. The second level is looking like it's completable for Cliffy, and Kirbs proving his is completable. So
Jesus, hitting 96 P-switches. It looks like 21 second record. I guess you just gotta do some. Wait, is that all? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, never mind. I forgot to actually do wall jumps. Interesting. How exactly did that make it to expert? I don't know.
It's timed. It looks like there's a timer. So.
Oh, I see the timer now. Yep.
If you're not getting 2 rows at a time, you're gonna be running that a little bit close. And he's.
Oh. Is that the clutch? Oh, Kirbs with that spring jump makes it work at the very last second.
With 1 second left on the clock, so that's a 0-2 right there. Or did Cliffy actually get that clear? I missed whether or not. He didn't.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, about 7 lives now actually. Pretty low. Obviously, he still has the potential to gain lots of lives, but something to keep in mind.
I'm gonna go ahead and let everybody know, because I'm sure a lot of you came from that last really hype match between Beast and our good friend Cool Kid. The way this works is it's going to be 3 rounds. All 3 rounds are going to be played. There's going to be points done. The person who gets to 2 first will get an extra point. If you win all 3, that's 4 points total for you. But if you game over, you get a -1 to your total. Otherwise, if you continue, the one with the highest at the end of the round, at the end of 15 minutes each round, gets the point for that round. Cliffy is getting dangerously close on levels right now. Once you get around that 7 mark, you're halfway down on your levels. If you don't start pulling out some wins, you have a risk of game overing. So that's rough. We're only 5 minutes into this match, but not even 5 minutes, 4.5, and Cliffy's already down to 5 lives.
Yep, and I guess that's me to blame. I'm actually not 100% sure on the rule set there. If the potential of getting a game over before you get a clear, I'm not sure if that makes you go to -1 clear, or if you just start from a fresh slate, pretty much.
It is a -1. That was actually decided between all the runners, because they felt it was only fair that if it goes 0-0 for whatever reason, and somebody has game overed, they had a negative effect. So
I guess makes sense.
Yeah, it's the only fair way to do it. So, and I agree with that. I think that's actually very very like just well thought out. So LilKirbs finding himself that little trick that folks have found of having to do a quick jump after activating an on-off switch, and it pumps you upward. That is a death. Not much to get out of that.
Not quite sure if there was a checkpoint over there. Didn't catch that. But since it's a clear condition level, I think we talked about that earlier. Guess there isn't.
Yeah, there will never be a checkpoint whenever
yep.
there's a clear condition. So.
And obviously makes total sense. Specifically, I mean, the coins are pretty much the easiest way to understand why they can't really be a checkpoint. Kind of break the clear condition.
Yeah, it was a definite weird decision that folks have was curious about, but it makes sense when you think about it because we see the ending right there on LilKirbs' side. So, but Cliffy is working his way through needlessly long clear pipes for him over there.
And I'm gonna go esports analysis for a little bit because I do think it's interesting, but I wonder if this match is gonna have more of an impact than just that one match. Like I wonder if now my streak is gone. I was undefeated for so long. Like let's imagine Cliffy loses this one. Is this gonna do something to like the mentality? I'm curious.
You know, it's interesting that you make that comment because I can see runners doing one or the other. Either having the opinion of, I just lost my first match against somebody who's undefeated. I've got to come back from that.
True, fair point.
So some folks will be more inclined to step up and change that. Where others, yes, a difference in, well, okay, I just lost, and kind of having a down moment about it can happen. It just really depends on how you take it. LilKirbs ahead by 3 now. Cliffy's still looking for his first clear, hoping there's some bro lives at the end here of this particular. Oh wow! This level so long, taking a death down to 4 lives. He's got to find a clear with 8 minutes left. A clear is going to really make or break Cliffy right now.
When you see choices are hard, I'm not sure if that's something you want to play with the life count of 4. Only a 25-second record, but the title is kind of suggesting some amount of randomness, but maybe not. Maybe it was kind of misleading to me.
So it might be a pick a path level, 25 seconds. Some of these levels are going to be grinded levels, meaning that people have played them. And okay, picking seemingly the right path?
There was a green pipe on the other one, that may have just been a shortcut leading to this pipe. I'm not sure.
Okay, he sees the light here. He's just going to go down. He's not going to try for that long jump. Oh, man. LilKirbs finding himself a quick little speed run level, finding the only possible way to get pinched right there. Wow, that was just that was a bit of unluck right there. I feel for Cliffy right now. That was rough. But he's going to go back through. 23 seconds. I can't disagree. Just go in, see what you can do.
One fair point to make. Oh, super unfortunate that Goomba taking his life, and we are looking at a really low health count right now. One thing to keep in mind though, Cliffy could make the comeback here. We are looking at a relatively slow start. Curbs is only, quote unquote, only on 3 clears. Wait, is he on 4? Actually, I may have missed one. It's either 3 or 4, and it's not like you can't get that in 6.5 minutes. It's just that Cliffy seems a little bit like he looks a little bit defeated. He looks a little bit tilted, which I can absolutely understand.
And LilKirbs kind of trolling himself there. No!
That was,
wow, right at the end, he could have made that. Oh, no. But Cliffy, understanding the way that 3D World works, I'm going to tell you right now, that 23-second record right there, that's with that jump. That jump is multiple.
Yeah, probably. The long jump you mentioned. Oh, but Cliffy is losing his last life right there. And gets the game over, which is gonna, as we went over earlier, gonna cause him to pick a new slate. So Mario is gonna embark on his journey, and that's obviously gonna lose you some time.
Yeah, this is about a 35-second loss here because losing the level, restarting the expert run, starting another level, that's just time, moment after moment. And once you're down to this 5.5-minute mark, that's a lot of time lost that you just can't afford. And so we got new Super Mario Brothers, sort of a speedrun looking level, getting a eye on our deal here. He's getting this. Come on, one shot. I actually want to see. Oh no, not that!
The
Come
bait.
on, level creator. Why are you gonna do that? Okay,
Looks like Cliffy does take it with humor, but the bait's coming in strong.
I'm not a professional level creator, okay? Look, by any means, I am not a professional level creator. If you're gonna make a level and you're gonna do some sort of speedrun level, and you're gonna have these on-off switches, don't switch the last one to be the one to hit. Don't do that. Come on, man. Like, you're teaching the player to do something and then just taking it away from them. It's unoriginal. It's not funny. Come on, guys. Come on.
It does feel so great. I think I am a pretty big fan of those kind of levels. It feels amazing. Kind of. It feels like, yeah, I'm doing everything right by just hitting every single on and off switch. Cliffy this time doing it right, hitting the second one of the two, and is going to be able to find that clear. But obviously Curbs with a pretty tremendous lead right now after that game over.
Yeah, so that's going to put us back at 3. We need basically minute 20-ish per level. So if we find a few 60-minute levels and he's able to clear them in 50 seconds, that timing lines up. So Curbs finding himself in a don't let your bridge die little slow auto scroller. I kind of like this. Even though it's slow for a race, it's kind of an interesting style, like boss auto scroll. You kind of got to make the ow. Okay, yep, that's the worry.
Gonna lose the power up there. Oh goodness. Was basically forced to jump to the...
I said 60 minutes. I meant 60 seconds. Thank you for calling me on that, chat. I appreciate that. Little Jimmy made that level. All right, now let's be nice to Jimmy, okay? He's trying.
Okay, Curbs is gonna try again. Is he gonna be able to protect the bridge this time? Actually, the bridge wasn't even like the snake block, I guess the blocks on the rail weren't even the problem last time. It was his own life that was in danger. But he ended up losing there, and is gonna lose the power up again. Oh god, he's getting spammed on.
What is this level that Cliffy's found himself in? He can't jump because it forces a P to go off, but how are you supposed to get past that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's called Death Rainbows. I'm assuming that's where that no jumping ties into. Not allowed to hit those rainbow sections. Did decide to skip that one, but Curbs now found his 4th clear, and with 2 minutes left on the clock, I think this may already seal it.
Yeah, it's a 4 level lead with 2 minutes left. The numbers don't look good, especially for, however, with 18 seconds, that's not bad. The only problem is, you got to clear it still, and there's no guarantee you're going to be able to clear that in the 18 seconds without losing life. There you go. So, Cliffy's finding a lot of just strange levels. I'll definitely admit that. Oh, shit.
Yeah, for sure, and Curbs finding absolutely quick clear on his screen right there. So that's definitely gonna seal the deal, even though we do have 90 seconds left on the clock, and we will see what these creators here still have to offer for our runners. But that's gonna mean Curbs is gonna take his undefeated streak a little bit further. Cliffy is gonna lose his, but we still have 2 matches to play through, and then Cliffy could still be undefeated in terms of series if he wins the next 2.
Yeah, it looks like that oftentimes those red coins aren't required in the expert levels because they're meant for like your 1-ups and stuff like that. But Cliffy does find another clear. 2 total clears, but a game over does put him at a 1 to LilKirbs 5. LilKirbs is definitely going to take this one at the end of the time limit. Now, I do want to take a moment to just talk about both of these runners. LilKirbs, as you said, a SMO, Super Mario Odyssey runner.
Yep.
Really, well-known Super Mario Odyssey runner. Does a lot of Mario running. Just a very well-known speed runner in general. A lot of accolades on that end. Honestly, you would probably be better suited to speak on LilKirbs end. So tell us a few of the things. Like, do you know where he ranks at the SMO leaderboards?
Yeah, so the most interesting achievement that Kirbs has achieved, obviously, in the Mario Odyssey community was the first 1 hour flat time. I'm not sure how much you're aware of that, but for the Super Mario Odyssey 80% speedrun, for the longest time, people tried to break through that sub-hour barrier, beating the game in less than an hour. Everything had to come together. We had to find like basically all of the like skips and glitches that are still used now to make that happen. And Kirbs came quote unquote out of nowhere. Obviously, he was already very well known, but he got this amazing run, and he ended up getting a 1 hour flat and like 1 hour 0.5 second run, which actually we at this point we thought sub hour has to happen like any day now, but that actually almost stood for an entire month. It was like this last final boss run before Nightcrawler then, after a crazy grind, was able to get that first sub 1. But Kirbs also in Global Speedrun Association able to get a sub hour run himself during a race, so he definitely has done tons of things. He was known to be that guy that there were people out there that would PB by like 0.5 seconds or like a second. Kirbs would always get like huge PBs. He would get these massive, insane runs after like very intense practice. So that's definitely what he's known for. That's
fantastic. And that right there is just, that makes you a force to be reckoned with in any kind of speedrun setting. So they're about to start round 2. LilKirbs definitely takes that first one sizably, but Cliffy is no slouch. Cliffy is actually one of the most creative Mario runners out there, especially Super Mario Maker 2. For Mario Maker 1, he came up with the 100 Ways to Die, like game style, where you had to find ways to die in expert mode. So you had to die to a fire bar, things like that. He is constantly... Oh no! Okay, so he's got to do that without hitting the ground. That clear condition's a little bit weird, but just timed it wrong. But the other things that he's also really well known for is just like, he's got one of the funnest streams. Like, you can sit there and always have a good time. He always makes sure that people are engaged, having a lot of fun with it. And on top of that, he's got his own amazing runs of expert and super expert no skips and things like that, and just constantly pulling out some great moves, great methods. Cliffy is a force to be reckoned with in this, as he proves, only getting his first loss to LilKirbs.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think anybody has any doubts there anymore. Looks like Cliffy is gonna have to do a spring jump at the end there. It seems like at least that would allow him to reach the goal without touching the ground.
You cannot touch the spring.
Okay. Oh wait, the spring is considered ground. Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, it's a very weird clear condition where a few things, the buzzy beetles actually that you can land on are also considered ground. If you land at all on a solid ground, that's something that doesn't pop you up, you will lose that clear condition. But Cliffy, first on the board.
Yep.
So Cliffy takes the first lead that he's had for any of these rounds, in particular the second round. It is 1-0 Cliffy.
Kirbs is running in the 90s, apparently, as the title suggests.
I love the 90s. I'm a product of the 90s.
Same.
I was born at 87, but basically grew up in the 90s, playing all these Mario games throughout there. But gonna have to dodge these bullet bills, the heat-sinking bullet bills. But getting through there... oh no, that's a rough spot for LilKirbs.
That was a dead end. In that case, let's see if he figures out a way to make it past that. Quick thinking may be required, but Cliffy on a pretty platform-heavy level as we speak.
Yeah, platform-heavy levels are probably a very good benefit to a lot of these runners, because that's what they're used to.
Yeah.
Like 2D platforming, Cliffy is almost like premier at. He does a lot of that. Mistiming that hammer, getting hammer broed right in the face. I wonder what kind of transition it's been for LilKirbs, coming from like SMO, doing 3D platforming with SMO.
Oh, he did do a fair amount of like Mario Maker 1 stuff even. before he came over to the world of Odyssey. If I remember correctly, he may have had records in New Super Mario Bros. Wii. So at least is definitely familiar with the 2D platforming as well.
All right, there. Oh no, Cliffy died right next to the freaking end right there earlier, but gets a second clear.
Yeah.
So it's 2-1. Cliffy ahead by 1 this time. Looking good start for both runners though. They had a couple of levels that were really rough. One of my least favorite things added to Mario Maker 2, dark. No, thank you.
Yeah, specifically in this kind of format. Whenever it comes to like exploration and trying multiple solutions, that honestly, for me personally, is never really fun. But I guess it can be more fun if you got time on your hands, which these guys don't.
Yoshi Rescue. Reach the goal while riding on a Yoshi. Sometimes these rescue levels are rough because they send you one way and send you back the other. But 34 seconds, not all that bad. So it looks like you already start with the guy you got to rescue, and oh, okay, I see what it's doing. Forces you into a hit.
And Curbs is really aggressively skipping. I mean, always, those levels are all around this like 90 or 90 plus second mark, but it's not like he just keeps skipping. It's not like, okay, at this point I'm just gonna play a level. I think this was his 4th consecutive skip, maybe even 5th.
He has found
a lot. Did find the 10-second speedrun now.
That's the perfect kind of level you want. And we got a little mini. Oh no! Oh no! What? Cliffy with the clutch getting through there, almost losing his Yoshi. Wow. Deboosting through Bowser Jr., taking that knowledge of Bowser Jr., landing back on Yoshi, getting another clear, still ahead.
Very interesting to see the difference in ending animations there, actually. They basically touched the goal at the same time, but Cliffy was out of that level like 5 seconds earlier.
Lava Forge and Map Vol. Let's see what we've got. Both runners are at 15 lives, holding steady at the original starting lives. 3D World for Cliffy and New Super Mario Brothers for LilKirbs. I think if I had my choice, I would go New Soup over 3D World. I feel like I've got more utility there.
So what Bowser was doing on that rail right there, but looks like Curbs is just gonna leave him behind. Doesn't have to mess with this and goes for the leap of faith. It looks like that was what was required. He's gonna keep trying. Did he even check that pipe? No, he didn't. He wanted to scout if there may be a quick end to that level.
And Cliffy finding that, you know, laser sharp focus is going to help me save, and does a wall jump at the very last second before dropping in the lava and getting back up on there. Going to have to do another deboost, though. He's getting really close.
Oh god, Curbs, no checkpoint. This level has been very long. Okay, just spin jumps. Quick decision making. Was able to spot that in time. But still no checkpoint. If he was to take a death right now, he's probably in here for like 80 seconds already or something. That would be extremely frustrating.
Yeah, it keeps changing the
power up, yeah.
The power up back and forth. Oh, don't get squished, Cliffy. Finding the one block.
Oh, nice. He finds that block. Yeah, that's actually crazy. So the confidence was there. He spaces out those jumps perfectly. And I think that makes it so that he ties up the match right now.
As of right now, yes.
I think so.
Yes.
Wait, no, it's
so
3
for him.
It's 3 for both? Yeah.
So Cliffy is in a very tight situation here. He's going to have to not get squished. Ooh. Oh, man. And kill off Pom Pom, which is Boom Boom's sister.
Yeah, honestly, Curbs though not really getting the best levels here. Choose a speedrun is what this is called. 40 seconds clear. That may be something he's interested in. But I think he's been skipping like 10 times this match. But he's still in there.
So Cliffy doing a really interesting save there. He lands right in front of Pom Pom and then long jumps to save himself. And gets away. I think this is about to be that ending right at the end, getting 2 lives for his trouble, going to be at 17 lives, but that's going to put him ahead again by 1. While Curbs is going through another level here, looking like a little bit of a speedrun level.
Yeah,
Right.
choose the speedrun was the title of this one. I guess there's 2 ways. I'm assuming he's gonna choose the same one again. Maybe he's gonna. Oh wait, there was a checkpoint, so he already chose. There's no going back, apparently.
Yeah, that's very interesting the way it has you switch back and forth with these things. And if you're not quick, you can actually miss out.
Actually, nice. I wonder if he chose the right thing, because the clear time here was a 20. I know, was it 25 seconds? I know it was 40 seconds actually, but I guess that's what he chose. Kind of finds the clear, ties things up again 4-4. So we are looking at a pretty close match with 6 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, this is neck and neck with Cliffy kind of in the lead at the moment, just depending on when he can finish this. He's gonna have to
right now
slide through those plants there. Kirbs going into a 3-1 possibly remake level. We'll see how that goes. A lot of times when you see something dash something, never good.
Yeah. 12-second clear time though, and this looks like just a little bit of some tight wall jumps for Kirbs. He's gonna try and look for some sort of cheese there.
And Cliffy going ahead by 1 again, while Kirbs is going through this.
That might be it though. Yep, he finds the clear as well. So actually still tight and pretty much even now. With 5 minutes left.
Neck and neck, 5 minutes left to go. That's this is down to the wire. Cliffy, you know what? Cliffy did exactly what I said would happen. He didn't take that loss and get down on himself. He said, I ain't taking that. That last match was not who I am and how I am. Let's go. So he finds himself looks like a multiplayer level, with possibly a death pipe. Oh wow, what is this? He's gonna have to try to slide in there. Yeah, skip, don't take a death, that's not a bad idea.
Yep, I can see that, but Kirbs is doing pretty well on his screen right now. Not sure what the creator was gonna show us here. I guess slopes. Can we... Oh no, the chain jump drops right on Kirbs' head as he's taking a snapshot of this one. But he decides to go for this again. Doesn't get the power up this time.
Oh no, Cliffy can't see the okay. I was gonna say you can't see the platform from there, that's kind of rough. Oh, the amount of unluck there, just getting to the pipe as he lands and the little muncher comes out. That's rough.
And Kirbs is gonna take an additional power block with him. Is he gonna just go for the leap of faith? No, he's gonna enter that door. But looks like that's not what he needed to do, as he gets laughed at right there. Ooh, very careful there. Throw the power block again to get rid of those munches, and this time he opts for the spring. Well, there is an arrow right there, so I think Kirbs is doing good thinking here. Very nice. Couldn't see what was coming, but he plays the spring. He took the power block, which wasn't required, but manages to get the clear. And I think that makes it so that he is now in the lead.
Kirbs pulls ahead by 1, yes. So Cliffy's got to find himself a level he can clear pretty quickly to tie this back up. We'll see if this ends up starting the uprise of LilKirbs here. Oh, okay, so here's an interesting little point that you end up finding yourself at. You're in a level, you see no clear time. And he did what most runners would do. Start it, see what happens. If you die quick, skip. Just get past it. Leave. So, 47 seconds. That's actually a good timer. And it looks like it's kind of just a really possibly poorly made platforming level.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on those updrafts, those gusts?
I hate them.
Yeah, same. Okay.
Because you try to figure out what to go. Are you talking about the tornadoes?
Yeah. That's what
They're so weird, and if you get pinched between the ceiling and them, it's like it's immediate death. It's just so awkward getting through them, especially if you're trained to do something else. It's just really awkward.
Agreed, for sure. Now we have 2 minutes left, and Kirbs has a 1 clear lead. Cliffy just took a couple depths here in this level already, but he seems to be committed
Yeah, it's looking like the level is almost a straight up just 40-second run through it level. However, the level creator made it to where you had to wait for that P-switch, which is just weird. Oh no! He can still save it.
Okay.
Wow, there you go. What a save.
Good stuff, good stuff. Gets a checkpoint this time. Curbs so far not letting those tornadoes get the better of him. Well, they are getting the better of him in terms of that he's taking some deaths, but he wants to beat that level. I've said that before. I guess at some point it just gets personal. Got so far, why should you skip now? And he is getting rewarded for this one, actually really fast this time.
Sometimes if you find just the right method to it, it helps. And Cliffy just barely inking underneath that that chain chomp there. How did he not get hit there? Wow, but he finishes, and that's going to still keep that lead on Curbs in by 1. But there's 45 seconds left. He's going to have to find maybe a 30-second level and nail it first try to tie this, and then it's going to come down to who finishes their level first.
Yeah, Curbs still skipping, and you obviously are going to skip a 150 clear time level if you have 30 seconds left to go. Wind, ice, and nothing nice. I'm not sure how fast this level is beatable. Not sure if Cliffy's even going to check. 2 minutes, that's not going to be it, and I think 20 seconds is not going to be enough to even allow him to clear another level, so I think Curbs is going to get the better of Cliffy once again here by 1 clear, making the series go to 2-0, rewarding Curbs with 3 points.
Yeah, that's rough. Oh wow. What did
All right.
I've never seen this. I
missed it. I missed it. What happened?
So Cliffy is in a level right now. Apparently, if a Magikoopa hits one of these 3D World spike blocks, it disappears, but not off screen. It's still there, but you can't land on it. So that's different. That's different.
Weird. Curbs ending this this win by booing the level. I actually hadn't seen what he was playing through, but once again, taking a win was Cliffy was actually up for the first half of the match, but Curbs just found those clears and is still going to keep his undefeated streak, but he's going to have to go through 1 more match. And even though he already acquired 3 points, Cliffy could still take it. He could still say, no, Curbs, you're not getting away unscathed. I'm still going to leave a little scar in there. However, if Curbs was to win this one, we are obviously going to have another very hyped up match up incoming, aka the Beast versus LilKirbs.
Wow. So both of them starting and finding an immediate skip level for both of them. We got 3D World, and it looks like SMB3 and skipping again, both of them. So yeah, it's a race to find the first level you can clear.
Pretty much.
All right. Seeing a possible speedrun level here.
Yeah, 8 seconds left. I'm not sure if there's any chance to make it in, but finds the P door. That is not the final screen though, so I think Cliffy is gonna time out here most likely.
Yep. Yeah, but he I think he might be able to find some cheese in that. I'm not sure how. Like, this is a with that P switch where it was at, only 20 seconds. I can almost imagine that if he grabs that P, takes some of these coin blocks, and waits. Yeah, I was going to say wait it out and then go. I don't know if that's what the level creator did, but might be just too long.
Yeah, looks like he is not going to make that in time. At the same time, though, Curbs is on the right screen and is now on the board.
Yeah, so I mean, I really want to see these levels start being more kind. Cliffy's just gotten a really rough run of levels, and seemingly finding just a level that is good, kind of a little too late. And honestly, Curbs, that's the 3rd uncleared level that he's found. Not a red coin level, not a clear level, looking like it's possibly a shell jump level. which can cost you lives if you're not careful. If you release it a little too early, you will end up clipping yourself and knocking yourself out. But getting a key, and it looks like he might just get the clear really easily.
Yeah, this may be a level where oh, okay, you actually have to go in multiple pipes. Oh, I see there's a P-switch. I think on top of that like little hub world, you can see this. You get a power block from this one, a P-switch from the last one, and a key from the third one.
Yeah, I see what it was. It's there was keys in one, I think a P-switch in this one because you got to do the jumps, and then you got to hit the on-off block in the next one. So he's gonna have to run up and grab these coins before the P-switch runs out, and then go hit the on-off block. So I see what this is. This is, this isn't a bad level. Just one of those things where you kind of had to figure out what it was, and it looks like he got it. But Kirbs is going to get his second clear, barely beat.
Yeah, that was actually pretty close. Ooh, Cliffy is gonna take a death right there. So wait, that was still the same level, right? Yeah, I don't know why in a level like this you can actually like. Well, I guess if you couldn't die in this level, it wouldn't be an expert. This, to me, looked like some sort of like training level, train different kinds of jumps. But I guess they did also include a section where you can actually take a death, which Cliffy now did take a death.
Yeah, a lot of times these levels are meant for, training of shell jumps and things like that. Shell jumps are honestly probably the #1 thing that killed people early on, and probably killed the level creator, because whenever he was uploading it, probably died quite a bit on that, and as well as doing bomb, traveling and things like that. But the longer he spends on this level, and honestly, the longer he spends, the more committed he's going to be. He's not going to really be able to skip. So it's going to end up being, and if he does skip, that's going to end up hurting a lot more, because he's going to be at the point where it's a lot of time wasted on one level, because we're almost 5 minutes in. And spike hitboxes are absolute horrible.
Yeah.
Mario Maker 2. So
he decides to skip, and I think eventually that's still the right choice. It will hurt, and the thing is, it would only hurt more. Sure, you may find that clear eventually, but at what cost? That's the thing.
Wow. Again, abusing spike hitboxes. LilKirbs runs over that spike without having to take damage, but clears that level. That's a 3-0 lead for LilKirbs. Cliffy almost clearing his first level, just missing the tape by just mere pixels.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, he came so close. He looked heartbroken there at the very end, but he is able to find the clear this time. LilKirbs is 3 on the board, and Cliffy now with his first is gonna have to do some work to get in there, but we still have almost 10 minutes left.
So will LilKirbs stay on this particular level? A minute 35, that's a nope. With the propeller goal, Mario, you know for a fact that 135 is probably 100% a pretty close to what you're going to clear that as, because there is no checkpoints. So if Cliffy can find himself a couple of really decent levels at about the 30 to 40 second mark, 50 seconds, it's not bad. Decent. You got to hope that you can clear it through, not getting hit by little... Oh, troll block! Come on!
Unfortunate.
Expert, why you do this? Expert, why you do this?
The one thing that we got to see a few times is obviously sometimes people end up getting a world record by like 40 seconds. Maybe a level only got cleared like twice, and they happen to be pretty slow clears with someone like looking around, checking out the level. But I don't think you should ever straight up like expect that. Ooh, Cliffy looking for some sort of cheese, but dropping back into Bowser Jr.
Oh no, LilKirbs taking another capture, trying to skip instead. Oh man, I'm sorry. Those trolls where you're sitting there expecting one thing and then boom. All right, it looks like both of those Bowser. Is that 2 Bowser Juniors in one? Yes, it is. I was like, are they spinning at the exact same time?
Yeah. They did expose themselves earlier, but they were spinning in sync. Not sure who of these two guys hides the key.
Or if they both have a key. Just one. So no knowledge there, but we have a Bowser standing in our way.
So unfortunate. You did point out earlier that you can't make it through there, but I mean, he didn't have a power-up in the first place.
And here's something interesting about all Bowsers. They did a little bit to soften the RNG Bowser has, but Bowser Fire is RNG, and as well as his movements, what he decides to do first is RNG. There, he did the worst possible thing. He moved forward and did nothing but move forward. And there you go. See, he did it again. He could have stopped and immediately fired. He could have jumped. But there he decides to move directly forward, so you have to know to jump immediately. Curbs dying at the very end.
Good reaction from Cliffy to go for that wall jump on the left, but as you mentioned, Curbs with a death at the very end. I think he should be able to make it this time. Yeah, that checkpoint was right before the goal. He just had to do those swing jumps again. And is in the lead by 2, actually. 2 clears for Cliffy, 4 for Curbs.
This is definitely not over. If Curbs finds a string of bad luck with some of these just horrible levels that can pop up, that they've both been seeing this round, a 26 clear level. Okay, did he find the dev route? Come on, no dev route. Oh man.
Is it really that easy? It may just be that easy.
Dev routes are a thing, and people do them. Why? I do not know. I think he just found the dev route.
Yep.
Dev route. Wow. And Cliffy is just YOLO jumping, and there's nothing out there, but he knows that it's a key door for the end. Unfortunately, just not enough to get there. But that's 3 ahead for Curbs going into the 5.5 minute to go mark. It's looking bleak. Curbs maybe going in completely undefeated, looking to play against Beast, which will be a really hype match. That's a wild, man.
Definitely. I think they do have some final bosses before that match can happen. I think Curbs is facing Fuzzy next week. I don't know when that match is scheduled to potentially happen, and we obviously don't know. First of all, maybe Cliffy makes the miracle comeback right now, and then obviously we don't know if Curbs or Beast is gonna face an early end to their streak before that match happens, but we'll see. Definitely something to look out for.
Yeah, because this is based on points, so it's not that one person wins and goes on to meet the next. It's a completely points-based system, which is very good for this kind of thing. He needs a key. Where is the key? The look on his face of just sheer why. Yeah, that's tough. And Curbs finding himself in a just jump over level. Let's see if he finds the end right after this. It should be probably coming up here shortly. Does he find a troll block? No troll block. Right at the end, boom.
Nice.
Another clear for Little Curbs. Cliffy's taken it upon himself to make sure this level understands who the real boss is. And it's not Bowser Jr., it is definitely Cliffy. So, or he might be sending a message, I don't know, saying, look, hey, Lil Curbs might be the boss here, but I'm going to go ahead and make sure you know that.
Can't beat this is the name of the game here for Curbs. 16 seconds clear time, so somebody did do this. Let's see if Curbs is also going to be able to do the same and beat this level. Potentially not in 16 seconds, but maybe eventually. But yeah, Cliffy finally clear.
So do you want to be electric or GRRG today? LimCube, apparently the comms command did not have us in there.
Oh. Wait, who's G? I don't even know who that second name is. I know Electric, but no offense. I'm not trying to be rude. I hadn't heard of that other name before.
Nah, we're just making jokes here, guys. No, nothing meaning to be rude at all. Cliffy finding himself with a star and just finding the one spot to land and just miss everything with that. Why? He's just taking pictures over and over again. Why are you taking so many pictures, Curbs?
I'm not sure. may as well do something where you press the B button. And oh!
You forgot
Well,
the last picture, Curbs. You forgot
Yep.
the actual finish. Oh, he saved the clip. Okay.
He saved the clip. Wow. Got debated right at the end. He thought he found the answer, but I guess this was not true death route. It was just a little bait.
All right, and is that? Please no, not another death route. I think that should be the name of a couple of these actual levels, though. Just not another death route.
Yeah, but certainly, this one certainly isn't. There's at least some challenge that's demanded here. And even though Curbs tried to go for even more cheese, he didn't get rewarded. So even though there is some sort of secret pathway, it's not like you just get the clear for free.
And this level that Cliffy's in is actually kind of unique. You have to end your flight, or actually get up in enough time and do a quick climb at just the right moment. I kind of like this level the way it looks. It's definitely an interesting style. I don't know if I'd call it a speed run, but it's definitely an interesting style flight level. Getting right in there, canceling the flight, landing underneath there. A minute and a half to go.
Yeah, and Curbs in the lead still. I think it's still by. Is it by 2 or by 3?
It's definitely by a sizable amount. So it's looking like it's by, I think, 3 at this point. Okay, there's still. I'm breathing in for no reason. There was a free cape there, so you could readjust.
Yeah, he is still gonna be fine. Curbs has to get some coins. I think he's still trying to find that last Cooper.
Such a weird level.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he already had, oh, okay. Well, I guess that is the goal right there. Can he make that? Okay, he still had one stage of power-up left, so he is going to find the clear, but with 30 seconds left on the clock, we are probably about to see our final score right here, as both of these guys are going to hit the board. 7 for Curbs and 4 for Cliffy. Basically means Curbs is going to win. I don't think anybody can still find another level clear here unless there's like a 5-second level for Curbs. But GG's, Curbs staying undefeated. The only one who has done that as well is Beast so far.
Yeah, and like we said, we're not exactly sure when they'll be able to face off. We're not 100% sure about that timing.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you, but I just want to make sure. Blue Chocobo technically also undefeated, skipped this week's match because of a forfeit, but also another one that has yet to lose a match.
Yeah, so LilKirbs can do a short one.
Actually, never mind. I take it back. I just realized he had won all of his series, but he lost the match before.
All right. So we do have LilKirbs and Cliffy. I'm going to start with LilKirbs only mainly because he has a short time to do a quick interview. Curbs, any thoughts that you want to go ahead and give us?
It like started off terribly, but as the race progressed, I just couldn't stop laughing, especially when I found like 3 dev exits in a row.
Oh yeah,
and then like some of them were fake. I just
okay,
that was so good to me.
I do have one extremely important question. In the reality where you win every single match and go completely undefeated, what are you gonna hang on your wall?
What could I hang on my wall? I'll just hang Mario on my wall at that point.
Mario? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm definitely hyped for that one. But yeah, thank you for hopping in real quick.
We appreciate it, Curbs, and good luck in your future matches.
Thank you.
Yeah, GG's, dude.
Cliffy, man, I gotta say, it seemed like every level you found was uncleared. You had to keep taking these chances on uncleared levels.
Yeah, it was. This was a real rough week. The first round especially. It was just like level after level. There was the one P-switch on the spikes level where I had to hit the triple jump off the end. I tried it for a couple times. I don't know. It was I felt like I started playing better in round 2. It was like a mix of bad RNG plus bad gameplay in first round, and then at the end, yeah, there was just a couple levels that just felt like real real dirty, and then you just get to a certain point and you're just like, what even am I supposed to do here? Like, but that's how it goes.
Yeah, it seemed like Curbs kept finding the mix of dev or like fake dev exits, and you just kept finding the no clear levels, and it's like the maker of the level just had every possible problem uploading the level, so it ended up an expert. So you were just sitting there trying to figure out what the level creator wanted.
Yeah, it was hard because I was like, at a certain point, I'm like, well, I have to get some clears here, and I got a surprising amount of just levels that had never been cleared at all this week. And I usually try to aim for levels that have a world record of 130 or less. That's just like my go-to. So I had a couple of those, but yeah, even then, there were levels that had like 20 seconds, and it was just like, I don't know. It's hard to call back on all of them right now, but there was there's a lot of quality level design this week. So
one thing I'm also like interested about, I definitely agree with you. I think we both agree with you. The second match, like the second round specifically, was like a way stronger showing. I think you played really well. But would you say that after dropping that infamous streak, did that like affect you? We were briefly talking about it. Like, did it feel different now that you knew? Oh wow, I'm actually immortal.
No, I know. I'm aware of my mortalness going into this. Honestly, the fact that I'd been undefeated up until week 3 was kind of a crazy thing to begin with. Like, I believe in my ability to compete, but at the same time, like, there's a lot of really strong competitors. Going down round 1 didn't affect me. It wasn't. I wasn't like, oh man, I've lost my undefeated streak. Oh no.
It didn't seem like it. Yeah.
No, it was really more so like, okay, time to dial in, try to improve my gameplay, and that's really what I tried to focus on. So. Yeah, no, I knew that it'd be kind of crazy to think to go undefeated throughout the whole thing. So
that would be crazy if anyone puts that up.
Well, good luck to both Beast and Curbs. Beast went undefeated too, right? Last round.
Yeah.
So shout outs to the Beast and Curbs to continue the streak.
Yeah, and they're gonna end up having to face each other like this. While there is no reason why it's Division A or B, it's just people who were put in divisions. Division A is pretty stacked, especially with like Curbs, Beast, yourself, Blue Chocobo, just a lot of really good just Mario runners in general.
Yeah. So, the one thing this week was like, I was like, okay, I don't care if I lose this week. I just want to win one round so I don't get swept, and I couldn't do it. So I was like a little bummed about that, but it's all good. It's all good moving forward. We'll come back to be better next week.
For sure. And we'll be looking for you next week, Cliffy. GG's again, man. Everybody stick around because it's going to be Glitchcat versus Dragon Feeny coming up next, and I'm going to be your commentary for that. So stick around. We're going to have a short intermission, about 3 or so minutes for that, and we'll see you there 3 rounds from them. Appreciate it, everybody.
Thanks.